Alrighty then. Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Who is here today? Let's say hello. Hey, Euless, how we doing? Welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here. Hey, Steve. Welcome. Make sure you leave a like on the stream when you come in, everybody. Alrighty then. Happy days. We are doing a draw today for the top 3 of the BFT lessons. Hey, Martin. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. Alright, let's take a look at the S&P 500, see what's going on there. Antonio, hey mate, good to see you here again. Thanks for joining last night as well, appreciate that. Big rip here on the S&P 500. Really looking for that pullback. We've been waiting for a pullback here on the S&P 500 for a little while. Take a look at the VIX. Hello, CK. Nice blue. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I usually wear black or navy, don't I, when I'm doing streams. So it's a bit strange for me to be wearing a very bright blue shirt. VIX is low. VIX is very low in the bounce zone for S&P 500. We've not really seen any sort of pullback as the week has played out, and the VIX has just gone lower and lower and lower. So I am waiting on a VIX spike here and a bit of a dump in the S&P 500. If you're not aware of what the VIX is, it's a volatility index for the S&P 500. So it measures how volatile and basically the downside of the S&P 500. So yeah, waiting for a bit of volatility there. Bitcoin is moving up still towards that 50k level, getting stalled out a little bit here around this previous level of structure. If we draw a box around there, obviously you can see over here, there's some previous price action playing out around there. We're right around this resistance level. The good thing for the bulls is that we are consolidating above the resistance at the moment. So when we're consolidating above a resistance like this, it's usually a better sign than consolidating below a resistance level from an X mode perspective. Hello everybody, welcome. Make sure you put a like on the video as you join. Great to hear from you. We're going to do the draw in probably around half an hour, I'd say. Around half an hour, about halfway through the stream, we'll do the draw on the winners for the BFT lessons promotion. Up until then, we'll take a look at some Sonar trades, see what's going on there. I like the look of this Ethereum trade. It looks quite good. What do I like about it? I like that we've got this consolidation up here above the level. Quick dump in, could rip out again. Bear in mind, it has played out at least once before, maybe even twice, you might say. But it looks like a pretty healthy looking level here that is being respected a few times. Got lots of crypto long positions here. We've got Polkadot long. We've got Cardano long. Plenty of long positions here. Visa long as well. Visa's popping to the upside. Plenty of crypto long. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for leaving the likes. Throw the likes on the stream. Get the stream liked, people. Theta long here on the 1 day time frame as well. Again, looks very similar to BTC at the moment. Very similar to BTC. Like the price action across a lot of these different coins is so similar to BTC. You know, you don't want to be taking multiple trades at once. This is one of those things that a lot of traders, when they're new, get kind of stuck in this idea that the more they're trading, the better. But they fail to realize that a lot of these trades that they're taking all at the same time tend to actually be very highly correlated positions, right? So it's something that, you know, can blow up accounts really quickly. Alexander, love BF. Very good, Alexander. Great to hear. Welcome. Thanks for joining. We love you too, Alexander. So I talk a lot about correlations and stuff in the Mental Alchemy series with the funded traders, all that kind of thing. So if you haven't got access to it already, Mental Alchemy's in here. That was part of the Black Friday promotion. Really, you know, high quality content for a lot of people to learn a little bit more about themselves, masterclasses in trading, things like that. All right, thanks for the comment, Alexander. Everybody, if you've got questions, throw them in now as well. Throw them in now, and I'll get to those questions. Their trade ideas, anything in general, finance related, trading related, investing related, whatever it might be. Throw them in. Otherwise, we're going to take a look at the sonar here and start thinking about, well, you know, maybe it's time to start allocating into crypto, you know, continuing to allocate into crypto, continuing to allocate in investments. We've now moved into an uptrend on the RTD here. So it's like Bitcoin is now moving to the upside. And considering looking for some spot exposure long. What do you think about opening a long position every time BTC turns into a global uptrend, and a short every time it turns into a downtrend on the 1 day time frame? Look, more or less, you're going to be swinging the bat in the right direction. The biggest problem you're going to have is periods of time like this. This is going to chop you out. But the thing is, it's like, you don't know when that period of time is going to come out. You got to remember, Antonio. I noticed you just changed your picture as well. Very cool. So you got to think like that time right there is just going to chop you out. You're just going to be wrong over and over and over again. Because what's going to happen is right here at about there, you're going to go long. You're going to buy the top. You're then going to get dumped to the downside. It's going to be short. If you did it again, you're going to be short. You're going to get chopped out as it moves back to the upside, and so on and so forth. This is going to kill you. Now, if it turns into a genuine uptrend that absolutely pops from there, right, and it continues on from the initial crossover of the RTD, then yeah, sure, awesome. But you don't know when that's going to happen, right? You don't know when that's going to happen. So yeah, that's why we look for the pullbacks in the uptrending markets, okay? So like, again, right here, in that pullback, in what's already a pre-established uptrend, fantastic. Or the rallies in the downtrending markets. This would have definitely been global up. Global would have been up there for a period of time until it moved back down again. Global would have been up here. It would have been down here. It then would have maybe turned up there as well. But, yeah, you're most likely going to get chopped out. If you just bought on the crossovers and sold on the crossovers, you're going to get chopped out. For sure. Absolutely, you're going to get chopped out. The best thing you can do is wait for the uptrend to establish itself and then look for a pullback in the uptrend. Okay? Uptrend starting to establish itself now. We got 77% uptrend. Wait for the pullback for the continuation on up. That's probably a good level right there to be buying now in BTC. To be looking for buys, because we've got a nice looking uptrend here, even if it's on a shorter time frame. Let's say like the 1 hour time frame, for example. What's probably a good looking buy is something like that right there. Some sort of extension trade through here. It's going to be a little bit longer than that, isn't it? Something like that there would be quite a good buy here on this market. You can see we're just forming consecutive higher highs and higher lows coming through here. I think that would be a nice buying opportunity from there. It's super hard to see, Antonio, the RTD, whether it's sideways, up or down, when you're looking at it now. because it's really a real-time trend detection algorithm. So it waits on the close of the daily time frame to lock in. So you don't know whether it's going to be, from looking back at it like this, you wouldn't know whether it was sideways or not. All right. Welcome, everybody. As you join, throw a like on the stream. Much appreciated. Throw in your questions as well. But yeah, so this is probably like the best possible opportunity to start looking for positions on a market, right? We've now got the RTD pretty established. We could get like a starter, like if we're talking from a spot perspective, we could get a starter position going here. We could then start averaging down into a spot position if the market moves back down through here, and then wait for it to continue moving up from that point. But from a spot perspective, sometimes you can just start like a starter position, and then waiting for those pullbacks to add more to that position as it goes. Thanks very much. No worries, Antonio. Appreciate the question, mate. Thank you. Alrighty. Throw in the rest of your questions, guys. Right now, by the looks of it, you can see we've got Yearn Finance against BTC here, and we've got Tron against BTC. Those are short positions. What does that tell me? That tells me that altcoins maybe aren't moving as much to the upside right now as BTC. Okay? So with BTC being a little bit stronger than altcoins right now, perhaps we see a little bit of a rotation in that. Maybe we see a little bit of BTC weakness. We see some money move over into Ethereum. Money moves into Ethereum, then we start to see Ethereum weakness after that. And then money moves over from Ethereum typically into the altcoins, okay? So that's potentially what we're seeing right now. We're not seeing quite as much movement on the altcoins compared to BTC. So this could be an opportunity to start moving into some altcoins that you really like, because as BTC pumps like this, when people get a little bit more confident about the market, then money rotates over into altcoins out of that. So if you are looking to start building an altcoin position on like a high quality altcoin, then it could be the opportunity to start looking for something like that now. Alrighty then. 15 minutes until we make our announcement, everybody. So make sure you are ready for that, for the 3 winners of the BFT Lessons promotion. We did have actually a tie for third, so we will keep that in mind as we move towards making the announcement. A little bit of suspense there. All right. CAD Singapore dollar, I like the look of that. Looks pretty good. I wonder what one-day positions we've got at the moment. One-day positions are a great starting point in general. How long have you guys all been part of Breakfree Trading? Alexander Mountain. How long have you been around for, Alexander Mountain? Hello, BFT traders from Nuno Jaka. Hello, Nuno. Great to see you, mate. Few stocks here. We got Pancake Swap. A little bit of a rally here. Again, really found a bit of a bottom when BTC found a bottom. But you can see here, like, we are down significantly on Pancake Swap. We were down about nearly 90% on Pancake Swap at some point here from the all-time high. So that's very, very significant. Like, that's huge losses there. And a lot of people were probably very heavily in Pancake Swap because of like the rewards that Pancake Swap was paying. So you got to be kind of mindful of that, you know, if you're a altcoin investor, just being mindful of what's a reward token and what's got like genuine utility to it as well. All right, so if you are investing in altcoins, you don't want to just be buying into rewards tokens, because rewards tokens tend to move towards zero in the long run. All right, everybody. Nice little bull bull pennant forming here on Cardano BTC right now. So Cardano is one of those ones that it looks like is actually a little bit stronger than BTC at the moment. You can see, obviously, it hasn't done incredibly well in recent times. It has been hit a lot harder than BTC was, you know, since September last year kind of thing. So it is starting to move, you know, a little bit stronger than BTC now, forming a bit of a bull pennant here. So we might see a little bit more upside here on Cardano, as long as we continue to accumulate here above that area right there, above that level. We could see some more upside on Cardano against BTC. So this is another opportunity here for, again, if you want to start allocating into some altcoins. Altcoins haven't seemed to run quite as hard as BTC just yet, but something that's showing relative strength against BTC is Cardano at the moment. And this is where you've got the opportunity to be able to work that out, because you've got the RTD here on your side, because you've got this particular market, and again, because you've got, you know, the X mode levels. In terms of this trade, I quite like it. I could probably actually see this stop loss is quite beyond invalidation already, right? So you might be able to even set up a little bit higher risk to reward trade on this particular one. You might be able to move the stop loss maybe to somewhere there. Maybe give it like a 2-to-1 risk to reward rather than a 1.7. Because it's like, if you take that stop loss, you've already breached this level here, yeah? So you've kind of already invalidated the position. The trade's already invalidated. And the stop loss is really the point in which you decide that you've invalidated the position. So in this particular case, you've already kind of invalidated that before you reach that stop loss. So you might be able to look for a bit higher risk to reward ratio on that, because you're taking the bet that that is the bottom of the market, right? What we're just seeing right here is in fact the bottom. This right here, that's the bottom. That's the bet you're taking really in this particular case. If that gets breached, if that gets broken, then we know that that's not the bottom, and the entire long position is actually invalidated. So this is where you can actually start moving your stop loss potentially to being at the point of absolute invalidation. And that's how you can really get like significantly better results, is when you can start identifying where the real invalidation point is in a market. Okay? Alright guys, throw any questions in. But again, from a mental perspective, you've really got to be prepared that if you move that stop loss, you need to know what you're doing when you move that stop loss. When you're shifting that up as you're planning your trade. Because if you do it and it gets wicked out, and you never really had conviction over it, then you're going to then be like, oh, why didn't I just leave the stop loss lower? Why didn't I leave the stop loss lower? All these kind of things. And then you're going to be second guessing yourself again and again and again in the future. So it's not about taking my conviction. It's not about taking someone else's conviction. It's about taking your own conviction. Right? Hello, Antonio. Do you think the VIX is correlated with precious metals? The real correlation... So the VIX is, like I said, it's a direct reading of the volatility in the S&P 500. Okay? In terms of precious metals serve a few different roles in a market. Okay? Precious metals are not necessarily inversely correlated to the S&P 500. A lot of people think that that precious metals are inversely correlated to the S&P 500, but it's just not the case. Typically, gold and silver are really considered hedges to inflation. So when inflation is quite high, that's when those type of things will rally. You got a long position here? Because I got out of an XAD trade because of the S&P 500 rally. No, so there's really no... it's not about... There's no inverse correlation on precious metals and S&P 500. The VIX is reading the volatility of the S&P 500 specifically. Okay? It is the volatility index for the S&P 500. As VIX moves down, S&P 500 tends to move up. As VIX moves up, S&P 500 tends to move down, okay? And it reverts to a mean. It reverts to a mean a mean volatility. And this is that mean reversion that you're seeing right here, where it continues to go back down to like 12.5, and then it bounces and then comes back, okay? And this is where it's like very, very incredibly low volatility, slow marches to the upside. Let's look at S&P 500 to show you what I mean. But in saying that, Antonio, right, every single market in the world is correlated to some degree, okay? Every market on the planet is correlated to some degree. So it's not necessarily that the VIX has a specific correlation to the two metals, but every market has a correlation. And via the S&P 500, the VIX then has correlations with other markets. So you can see here we've got in March 8th, right here, March 8th, you've got this, what's that? Wrong direction. I want a vertical line. There we go. So when we had the S&P 500 bottoming through there, we had the VIX topping out through here. Oh, there we go. We had the VIX topping out through there, March 9, March 9. There we go. You can see bottoming out, topping out, moving to the downside, moving to the upside, moving to the upside, moving to the downside. Inverse correlation between the VIX and the S&P 500. That's why whenever I do like weekly market reviews and I'm taking a look at the S&P 500 in general, and I'm just looking at the market in general, I tend to look at the VIX as well, because the VIX gives me a really good understanding of where we are in terms of volatility and where we are relative to this mean area, this kind of bounce zone that I call it. The area that the VIX tends to move back to in periods of low volatility. Period of low volatility is like this through here, for example. And you can see through that period of time, the VIX actually was so low, super duper low down here. So that's a really low volatility period of time. Small candles marching to the upside. Then you can see the VIX really spiked as the market moved back to the downside right here. Looks like I should seriously consider getting myself a crypto wallet. Stay tuned, CK. Plenty of exciting things coming from that side for you, CK. Absolutely. If you want to get involved in some crypto, lots of exciting things coming in the future. Okay? But yeah, you know, in general, big believers of crypto here at Breakfree Trading. You know, I have held crypto for a very long period of time. Really, like, changed my life. So, you know, I've held on to crypto for a very long time. And same with Asga, you know our opinions on crypto. We talk about it a ton. But yeah, some really cool things coming. Alrighty then. Throw in any other questions, guys. I mean, from a crypto perspective, there's a lot of cool stuff that's not just buying and taking punts on altcoins, taking punts and speculations and that type of thing. There's really cool things that you can do, especially around decentralized finance as well, when it comes to crypto. So decentralized finance is really, really, like, I'm fascinated by it because obviously I've got a background in finance, got a background in financial planning. I know the power of compounding interest. I know the power of, you know, compounding your money over long periods of time and how much that can do for you when you've got patience, persistence, and, you know, you're willing to invest money over long periods of time. So what, you know, decentralized finance has incredible rates, APY, interest rates, if you're willing to, you know, invest stable coins, stake stable coins, staking, all this kind of things. Decentralized finance is really incredibly powerful thing for, you know, just everyday people to really like free themselves from, I guess, like the traditional banking system where you're really being taken advantage of quite a lot. So this is what really, like, it interests me a lot. And I think there's a lot of opportunity there for, you know, people now, because it's still so early, really. Like, 90% of money is not in crypto yet, realistically. Like, you know, crypto has a relatively large market cap, but 90% of money really is not in crypto yet. So there's a lot of opportunities still, especially around decentralized. I keep on hitting my mic. Why do I want to keep hitting my mic, everybody? I think because I'm very excited and I'm throwing my hands around. You know, when I talk, I get excited and throw my hands around. Antonio, BFT wallet. We'll see, mate. We'll see. Not dropping any spoilers just yet. BFT coin, CK. Not dropping any spoilers just yet, CK. But some exciting things coming, that's for sure. All right. It's been a little while since we've had an update, and we've been working very, very hard. So something big for sure. Alrighty, guys. Chuck in your questions, throw them in. Got a question around a trade, got a question around anything in general, please throw it in. Otherwise, I'm going to keep rambling. You know how much I like to talk. I'm just going to keep on rambling about random stuff. Let's talk about, you know, I'm kind of on this crypto kick at the moment where because I know that there's about to be a ton of euphoria moving back into crypto, okay? So you've got to be really mindful that as this euphoria moves back into crypto, what to look for, what to look out for, how to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, a lot of things are probably going to zero. Just like they did in 2017, just like they did in 2013, you know, a lot of these, you know, a lot of things are probably going to go to zero, right? We've seen it all before. So making sure you're making high quality choices when you're investing is very, very important, right? And one thing that I bring up here is something like Sandbox, okay? People see something like this and it's like a big rally and it's like, wow, this must be a really great project because of how heavy the rally is here. But you've got to be mindful of, well, what is it? What is it? What type of value does it provide to the marketplace in general? And what is the market valuing that valuing that at, kind of thing, right? What does it provide to the world, and what is the market valuing that at? So you gotta be really mindful that just because the chart looks really good doesn't necessarily, like, just looks really bullish. And it's like, you could make a case here that this was like a big bull pennant forming here. We had this big, you know, this is the flagpole right here. Flagpole, bull pennant, and then you've got, you know, flagpole through there, something like that, and you're like, oh yeah, going at $20 or something. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, what value does this provide to the marketplace? And is that value worth the market capitalization that it's currently at? So, very interesting thoughts. I'm sure it's a great announcement. Big fan of BFT team here. Could say BFT to the moon. Hey, Nuno. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate the words, mate. Big fan of BFT him. Thank you. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you, you know, believing in us, and you know, we appreciate you believing in the mission that we've got to empower people, you know, and give people freedom in their lives. You know, this is really, really important to us, really close to our hearts. So, you know, we really do appreciate people like you, Nuno, CK, Antonio, Warren, Sanya, everybody who resonates with that idea, resonates with that mission, because it is really, really important to us. So, yeah, thank you for all the support. Little off topic, but can you spend a few minutes discussing the different options for Sonar, specifically hot versus new versus top versus active? Can you point to me the resources where I can learn more? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely can. Thank you, David, for the question. David, I've not seen your name here before, so I'm assuming you're new to Breakfree Trading. Welcome, David. You are at a very exciting time here for Breakfree Trading in general for the future. So it's great to have you on board. Okay, so active is basically like it says, these are trades where it's like if you click that trade, you will see that on your chart, right? You're going to see that trade actively on your chart at the time that you click it. So we'll look at active trades here. We'll take a look at Aave. Okay, so Aave, another crypto. We're on crypto, so we'll talk about crypto right now. Aave, we click view. Let's look at KSM actually. Am I actually on active? Oh, okay, there we go. Better. Oh, it's because I've only got daily setups. Okay, here we go. So when you select active, you've got like a trade that's actually showing up on the chart. So when you see it here, you're going to click view and it's going to actually be on the chart as well, right? Sometimes they'll be disappearing at the time you click them, but more or less, as long as you've kind of like refreshed relatively recently or something like that, usually it's an active trade on the chart when you click active. Top is the top commented trades. All right, so it's just the trades with the top comments in a relatively recent time frame. Okay, so you can see here this has been commented on a few times, showed up 5 days ago, 1 hour time frame trade on New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, played out really well, tapped into their entry and then continued on to the upside, and it's got 8 comments on it. So that's the top, and it also is respective to likes as well. So likes and comments, whatever is at the top there. New is kind of just a feed of the newest setups that have shown, but they might not necessarily be active at the time, right? So they might have shown up and they might have disappeared already. So AAL, for example, has shown up 18 minutes ago, but it's already disappeared off the chart. So it's not actually inactive yet. It's not actually active anymore, okay? And then hot is the trades that are recent and also being heavily commented and heavily liked, okay? So, for example, really recent trade, downvoted here. But yeah, it's basically a feed of the recent trades that have, like, very recent trades that have also been liked and commented on as well. I don't know if you want to answer this on stream because it's a long question, but my goal is to get 7% a month with 1 trade per week. What are your tips, as I think this is about your strategy? Cool. All right, I'll come back to that. No, just been a while. Okay, David's been away for a while. Needed a little break. Good. Great to have you back anyway then, David. I've had some trouble with the active tab too lately. Yeah, not really working great right now for some reason. Seems to be showing up some old trades. Anyway. Can you filter by long or short? Can't filter by long or short. You can filter by just these filters that are available here. Time frame, market type, and setup type as well. And then if you want to, you can just jump back to the legacy sonar here. So you can go back to the legacy sonar and you can see, you know, what trades are available all through here on the legacy sonar. So some people preferred having the legacy sonar rather than the sonar feed, just being able to see everything all at once and being able to go, oh, okay, cool, well, maybe there's a hedge available, maybe there's not a hedge available, whatever it might be, okay? So that's what you can do. Like Euro Pound, for example, and Euro USD, 1 hour and 4 hour, you might be able to find a hedge position there because you got Euro short and Euro long both at the same time. And you probably wouldn't be able to identify that if you're scrolling through the sonar feed both have their own unique nuances to them. So that's why you've got the legacy sonar there in the top corner too. Back to Antonio's question. I don't know if you want to answer this stream. Yeah, so 1 trade a week, 7% a month. Yep. Cool. So what I would do if that was what you want to do, right? You're not taking a huge number of trades. All right, you're not taking a huge number of trades. So for me, what I do is I really focus on like a few markets that I know very, very well, right? Specifically, Bitcoin and S&P 500 are like the markets that I know really well. And it's like I can make pretty good judgments around these. And I also have in mind that they're also quite correlated too. So it's like I know that if S&P 500 starts moving to the downside, I know Bitcoin's probably moving to the downside there as well. So I get good perspective across those two markets. And I understand them quite well. I know the price action quite well. And I'm very aware of also the macroeconomic environment surrounding those markets too. So that's why I tend to like those. And then I tend to just go and find, or I go and look for during the week trades across those markets because I just know them so well. And I don't pressure myself to try to materialize trades where I'm not like 100% all over the price action in that market. Then sometimes I do like extension trades and things like that on the sonar as well. But what I would suggest in general is like go and just work out like 1 or 2 markets or 3 markets that you really know very, very well. And you can make really good decisions, really high quality decisions on those markets, and you get a really good feel for how that market's moving. You get a great feel for how that market's looking at a particular time and the price action on that market and what that's kind of telling you, right? So that's what I would recommend if you're just looking to, you know, take very few trades, but really high conviction, high quality trades. Active should probably be a filter rather than a sort, Jake. Yeah, probably would fit nicely as a filter here, rather than a sort. So hot trades that are also active, new trades that are active, top trades that are active, things like that. Yeah, potentially. It's a good point. It's a good point, Jake. Definitely. All right. Okay. It's 12:08, so we're going to announce the winners of the BFT lessons promotion. So I've got it on my phone here. Let me pull it up. All right, everybody. The winners of the BFT lessons promotion. Quite an interesting one. Okay. So we're announcing 3 winners today. Okay. Now the interesting thing is that we had actually a tie for third. Okay, so we had a tie for third, so we're going to do a bit of a, we're going to work out who comes in third here, but what we're going to do is we'll announce the top 2 first of all. So at number 1, so the first winner, you know, undisputed kind of thing, for number 1 here for the BFT lessons is Tom K. So Tom K had a great lesson, obviously. So I'm going to read that one out. So Tom had a really thoughtful, very thoughtful lesson here that he shared for the BFT lessons promotion. It's just loading right now, so give me a moment. Maybe I can't get it. We'll let that load. So Tom won a $100 cash prize, $100 cash, and then a BFT funding account, so a 10K account on the normal risk, so low risk 10K account. So congratulations, Tom, for that. We then had in second place Paul X, Pawe capital X, in second place. So Paul X, $100 cash and a 10K funding account on the low risk setting. Congratulations, Paul X. And then we had third place. Now, third place is a toss up here. We got two really great members, two very good, loyal, great members who have been around for a while with BFT. We got CK and Warren. Now, I thought it would be fun to do a coin toss. To see who gets this this final account and this whoever comes in third, okay? So CK, I know you're probably in the stream. Warren, I don't know if you're in the stream as well, but the first of you to pick heads or tails, the first message that I see, heads or tails from CK or Warren, put it in the chat right now. And then I'm going to toss a coin. We're going to have a third place winner, okay? So throw it in now, heads or tails, pick it, CK, Warren, if you're on the stream. If I don't see anything in like now, I'm going to pick for you guys. All right. CK is heads, Warren is tails. We're flipping the coin. All right, let's see. CK heads, so CK heads, Warren tails. And we are going to pick the third place winner here. Because there was a tie. Obviously, they both had great BFT lessons. Heads, CK, Warren, tails. Let's go, flip again. Heads, CK. CK wins the third place. The 10K account, $100. CK, congratulations. Hello, Sanya. Welcome to the stream. Pick for us. CK said to pick for us. Well, CK, congratulations. You came in third. I'm very sorry, Warren. I'm very sorry. I picked it in all fairness. Flip a coin. Google, flip a coin. I can only trust that Google has an accurate flip a coin thing. So, Tom, congratulations. Paul X and CK, 3 winners of the BFT Lessons promotion. Thank you very much, guys, for participating. Hopefully, I can get my hands on those lessons that they shared. If I can, I will get them. It's just loading right now. We'll see. If it loads, then I'll share those lessons. But congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Carlston, good to see you here as well, mate. Good to see you. All right, guys, throw in any other questions. We've got it's 12:15 right now, so... yeah, well done, CK. Well done. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got the lessons here. So I want to read out the lessons because I think that's really important too. We had a lot of really thoughtful lessons. Like, everybody who participated, well done. I've got just like the list of the top 10 here. So if you haven't heard them already, I'm going to share. First, I'll share Tom's. It's a really, really long one, actually. So I will be honest. I learned the BFT lesson the hard way. The past year, I've blown a few funded accounts because of personal mistakes. Small and big mistakes, such as overtrading, too much exposure, too much risk, ignoring correlating markets, revenge trading, trading in a bad emotional state, trading bad levels, chasing markets, FOMO, and so on. All big don'ts in capital letters in the BFT lesson. The big lessons in life and trading if you want something. Good things never come easy. Learn from your mistakes, fall down and get up stronger, never give up, set goals and achieve them, stick to your game plan, don't go back and change the beginning. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Hashtag BFT lesson. I thought that was a very thoughtful lesson, Tom. Well done. That was a very thoughtful lesson, and there was a moment there where I got a little bit of tingles reading that out, to be honest. So I got a goosebumps on my arms kind of thing. So well done, Tomo. That's a really good lesson. Definitely well deserved first prize. We got Poor X here. So Poor X obviously came second. Poor X's lesson: it's hard to accept that there is no losses in trading. In life, if you fail, people will make fun of you. Failing is not something we want to do or something others accept. But in reality, you can't live without making losses. It's the same in trading, because in the end, all it is it's a large number game. You coming and learning from losses, and with time, there is going to be much less of those and more winners. But there will never be only winners, because that's the game. So accept your losses, keep focused on risk management, overcome your fears, be patient, and algo on. BFT lesson. I think another one, very, very thoughtful, because losses are really what, throw people off the most, right? Not only actually experiencing the loss, but the fear of the loss, the thought of the loss. And even loss being, actually having a losing trade, but also in your mind, you correlate loss to missing out on a potential winning trade as well. So in your mind, it's like you lost in that particular situation. You didn't win. You didn't make money. You missed out. So there's so many points that your mind says, I just lost. And it happens all the time in trading. If you can't handle that, and if you can't come to peace with those things, then you're not going to be a very good trader, all right? So really important message there from Poor X. And then I've got CK here. So CK, the best lesson I've learned was to treat every trade like a boxing match. I think this is an analogy that maybe he heard from me one time, but I really appreciate this. I really like this analogy. You have to train hard for it. You then head into the ring with a clear mind and execute your plan. The best offense is a good defense. You may have your favorite techniques, but so does your opponent, Mr. Market. So expect to get punched as well. A true champion is someone who constantly gets up in the face of adversity and always stands ready to fight again. Hashtag BFT lesson. So yeah. I really like that analogy, the analogy of the boxing match. And while we're at it, because Warren obviously got equal votes to CK, we'll read Warren's out too. I've learned so many lessons in my time as a member of the BFT community. It's difficult to pick one. I think a huge realization for me was that becoming a profitable trader is often less about finding more winning trades to get into, and more about recognizing which trades to stay out of. Something I still struggle with, but a valuable lesson nonetheless. Hashtag BFT lesson. So I think all of those are very, very, very important lessons from some really long-term members of Breakfree Trading that have been through it. They've been through the losses. They've been through a lot of those things. And these are things that they've learned along the way. So hopefully you got something from that. Hopefully you resonated with those lessons. I think it was really valuable doing this promotion. We're going to continue to do these type of things for the community. So watch out for the next thing. Have opportunities to continue to win cash prizes, continue to give back to the community, and continue to build a really strong community here at Breakfree Trading. So make sure you continue to tune into these live streams, whether you've got a question, whether you don't, whether you just want to engage, and we'll continue to make sure they're engaging. And, again, we might even give away some cash prizes in the live stream as well. But everybody, thank you very much for joining. I'm going to sign off now. It's been about 50 minutes in the stream, so thank you so much for joining me today. I think it was really good to finish on those BFT lessons. Congratulations to the 3 winners, and again, I'm sorry, Warren. The toss of the coin, Lady Luck was not on your side this time, mate. So everybody, have a fantastic day, morning, evening, whatever it might be. And I really appreciate you joining, and stay tuned with us because we've got some massive things coming for you all. And, continue to engage in the community, continue to engage in the global chat, win some money, have some fun, make some money in your trading, become better capital allocators. I'll talk to you all soon, everybody. Thank you very much.